Okay, why would oil companies drill more now when oil could potentially be higher in the future? This is a great opportunity to explain to you how oil companies look at the value of a barrel of oil, because it's not really about the price, it's about the value. Because when an oil company looks at the price of a barrel of oil, it's not about the dollars and cents. It's about the buying power of those dollars and cents. It's about what can I get in return for a barrel of oil that is of equal value, right? So oil is $70 today, right? And then people are like, why aren't we drilling more? $70 today is worth $53 10 years ago. Would they have been drilling 10 years ago at $53 oil? No. So they wouldn't be drilling a lot today at $70 oil. And that's how you have to look at it. All of these drill baby drill fanatics that don't have even a basic understanding or concept of economics that think oil should be $30 don't understand that $30 oil is twice as destructive as it was 10 years ago, because that $30 does not buy as much as it did 10 years ago. It doesn't hold the value that it did 10 years ago. They want to pay $1.50 for gas. Let's make it $1.15. 10 years ago, like $1.50 today, that was $1.15 10 years ago. So when oil companies look at projects and then say they go out 20, 30 years, they look at the price per barrel, but they look at the value of that dollar in 20 years. Okay, great. You know, oil's going to be $100 in 20 years. Great. Here's the important question. What is that $100 going to be worth? Because that's what matters to oil companies. And that is literally how they plan projects. They take the present value of a dollar. They go out 10 years, they go out 15 years, they go out 20 years. In addition to that, they also extrapolate out over historical data average efficiency gains year over year. So if year over year they can average, cutting 2% off of the cost of a project, then they can theoretically, they can go out 10, 20 years and say this project, 20 years down the road is going to cost us this. And this is going to have this value, and it's going to bring this amount of dollars, and these dollars are going to have this value. But the best way to answer your question is, the reason we're not going to drill baby drill is because even today at $70, you have to look at that oil as $53 oil, basically, because it has the value or purchasing power of $53. Do you understand what I'm saying? The reason oil companies' break-even costs have not risen drastically, over the last 30 years is because they have managed to drive down costs, not because the price of oil has gone up. When they get to those periods of time where they hit a bump in the road and they go through a 5 or 10 year period of time where they can't significantly drive down costs, that's when activity in the oil and gas industry is really slow, because the value of that barrel of oil is decreasing while the cost is increasing due to inflation. So there's a ton of stuff that goes into this when you're budgeting for an oil and gas project. And yes, that's what is in my brain when I'm talking to people like Chris with a K, who probably thinks oil should just be $20 a barrel and he should be paying $1 for gas. Because not only do they have absolutely no concept of how the industry works, they even have less of a concept of how money works, value works, trade works, future value of a dollar works. Like, they don't understand. They don't, you know what I mean? They still think $1 is what it was. You know what I mean? They don't know. They don't know. But anyway, yeah. Oil isn't $70. It's $53. Think of it like that. That's why they'll be waiting to drill more. Thanks.